Yo, papaGansley, the podcast. Here it is, another episode. JigsawFlex in the building. Yes, that's right. The JigsawFlex in the building. Let's get it. Alright, yo. Solid momentum on these podcast episodes. We're just banging them out, like, basically weekly, which is the goal. I got another guest here today, my friend Kirk. What's up, Kirk?
Yep. Hey, James, what's up? Good story, actually. We are actually neighbors.
Yes.
We literally live like 2 or 3 houses away, so.
Yes, we are. And our houses are the exact same, like, house.
Yeah, it's the same layout. Like, this is technically my room, but not my room.
Hell yeah.
So it's good to be here.
Hell yeah, dude. I've wanted to do this for a minute. I tried to get you a couple weeks ago, and I just, like, fucked up, and I completely...
No, it's fine. You've had this idea for quite a while now, actually, and then you finally started up.
Hell
so
yeah.
It's good. We actually fixed the time this time. We're perfect with it. It's 8 p.m. right now, so I'm pretty excited for this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so if you've been watching the podcast or listening, whatever, the people I've been trying to get on the show is just people that I know that are either, you know, have their own startups, like any type of entrepreneurial business, or I've been trying to get people who have dived into the Twitch game and the YouTube game. And Kirk here, you may know him as a JigsawFlex if you've seen his face on the internet before. He's been making YouTube videos as JigsawFlex for like a minute now.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Yeah, like you were doing it like you were the first person that like I knew that was like actually like
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all stems back to when I was in 7th grade. It was just really an idea of what I wanted to do. Yeah, it's just interesting.
You're 21?
Because, yeah, I'm 21. So that's about 8 years-ish.
Dude, see, yeah, so, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
You like started like when I should have started.
Yeah, basically. 13, you go through a lot of phases, and you just come a long way if you keep doing it.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, so the JigsawFlex channel is basically, you know, just like your Nintendo gaming channel. Like you have like your top 10s and your top 5s and your like gaming experiences and stuff.
Right.
And dude, like honestly, like I love your content, bro. Like
thank you.
You have like a good formula, bro. Like when I watch your videos now to like as like reference. Like I'm like, oh, like dude, Kirk's got his shit down. Like I need to.
That's
like,
pretty flattering, honestly.
Yeah, seriously, bro.
It's pretty cool when somebody like in your area like sees your stuff. But yeah. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. Definitely, like if you ever need like help or anything, like hit me up.
Dude, definitely, bro. I definitely have been like saying to myself like for a while now, like, oh, like we need to collab on something. Like
yeah,
we need to do something together. But yeah, we'll definitely. Oh, I see that you've been playing a lot of Mario Tennis.
Yeah, it's the hit game right now that just released about a month ago. Mario Tennis Aces for the Nintendo Switch. That's actually the video I'm working on. That's kind of why I decided to come with like an 8 instead, because I was really working on it. I was very persistent in getting this certain like thing done in my editing project. So I'm going to be having a review on that game hopefully by this Friday.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, so that has to, right there, what you just said, has to be like something very, that is very impressive to me, like how you are on schedule, like for making your videos. Like a lot of people that I talk to, like, don't realize, like, yo, this is you are dedicating your life to this shit. Like, this is not just some hobby. Like, and a lot of people who do get involved with it, like, will hit these walls and like these periods where like they're not making content, and they say to themselves like, oh, like, well, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't know why I'm not like doing what I know I could be. A lot of the times it is because they have not like dedicated themselves to like that strict schedule, like set goals, realistic goals throughout their week to be like, okay, I'm gonna get this done this week at this time. Like, that's impressive that you like that you do that.
I will say, however, like through the experience of 8 years or so, I of course, like in the beginning, have been what you stated as somebody who did not like become as dedicated as I am now.
Right.
But over time, you kind of realize more of your interests, what you really like. I've always liked Nintendo all my life. I didn't really take the next step of really showing that passionate side of myself through the internet, through YouTube making. So I will say, like, in the beginning, it's tough. What you really need to know is, like, have a niche, like, what you want to do for the channel. Specifically, you can't really be really far off of the content you really want to do, especially if you want to grab a specific audience. So from learning through, like, YouTube's algorithm, what people do on the internet, which is also a big factor too. Like you said, references.
Yeah.
I have YouTubers I like, and then I watch them, and then I learn what they do, how they enunciate their words, how they edit their videos to make them make sense in the end. So really, it's just a learning process that people will learn over time. And as time goes, you will develop, like I said, that said niche and develop a schedule. And frankly, now, like, I'm not as consistent as I would like to be right now, but it's really getting there. It's kind of just testing the waters, what is really right to upload now or later on for the week. And then also, like, I'm still a student as well.
Right.
So, like, you gotta be able to make time for everything, really.
Right.
That's all it is. Don't rush everything. People are usually, like, into the numbers and, like, the time it takes for it, but
Yeah.
you really just gotta want it. You just really just gotta want it, and you will take the time to do something if you really like it. So
Right, dude.
in the end, it's just a matter of time, how you put your work into it, and you'll realize, man, I really like this thing. I'm gonna keep doing with it and going for it.
Exactly,
So.
dude. I had a similar, like, when I first thought to myself, like, oh, I'll do this, like,
Mhm.
I'll start making content. I definitely went through a phase in the beginning months of, like, going over numbers in my head and being like, well, shit, like, is it worth it if I do this?
Mhm.
And, like, it definitely took me a little while to, like, realize, like, once I had a few videos out that I was, like, proud of,
Yeah.
like, so, yeah, something changed in me where I was like, yeah, yo, I'm about this. Like, sorry, I can't actually hang out because I got to do this right now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That also is a thing too. Like, I remember you starting your Wind Waker LP a while back,
Yeah.
but I noticed that you started to shift gears, and that's how it is. Like, people in the beginning, when you see, like, certain people's videos, like this one dude, CND, he used to make different types of videos back in the day, and they used to be, I will say it, they used to be awful.
Wait,
really awful. And then now it's just like the formula,
I think
man.
I've seen like a Switch unboxing video of that guy or something like that. Wasn't he like online to get one of the first Switches?
Yeah,
That
he was the first person. He stayed for a whole month, like, in New York City. He would stay, like, in an Airbnb, and then from, like, when the store opens to when it closes every single day for a month, he stayed, like, to queue on the line, if that makes any
Right,
sense.
completely.
Stays there, and people, like, came by. It's like all, like, his fans before, like, they saw he was there, they wanted to meet him. I frankly wasn't able to because of school, but it was a pretty cool experience. And now he's every time, man, like, from a year ago, from his content from a year ago till now, it's different. From when he was last year, when he was growing, to when he was, like, 13, it was so different. So you're always gonna be, like I said, like the main theme, testing the waters, man.
Right, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like, that's awesome that you
Mhm.
know about the Wind Waker videos that I
Yeah,
started
yeah.
with. Bro,
I
that's
remember that.
awesome. Hell yeah. Because, like, that's exactly where my head was at when I started. I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to make Let's Play videos now. Because, like, I have the recording tools. Like, I guess that's what I'm going to do. And I started making those videos, and I liked what I got with. When I would watch the video, and I was like, yeah, like, I made a Let's Play. Like, that's it. Like, I followed the formula, and that's it. But then, like, yeah, I think something shifted in me where I was like, I don't know if I want to record myself playing this game, like, all the way through, because, like, I've played it a million times, like, so, like,
It also gets. I've had my fair share of Let's Plays. I've done them before in the past, and I personally, like, used to like them a lot. But they also get really redundant. Editing is the same. You don't even really edit. You kind of just sync it all, and you're just like, yeah, I'll cut some stuff that's irrelevant, and you do it. So it's not even the whole idea of also making a video. You're kind of just doing it, and you get, like, 5 episodes out. And sometimes if you get bored of the game, it's so hard to get back and be consistent till you beat the game.
yeah.
So I've had my fair share. I've done a few, and then I eventually branched off, as what you stated earlier, my gameplay videos, unboxings, stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, a video that I watched of yours recently, I don't know how old it is, but you, like, you went over. You had one of those bootleg games.
Oh yeah,
like,
that
with
one.
all the games on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And like it had like Mario and Luigi's sisters in one game and stuff.
Yeah.
You said you thought when you were younger that like Mario and Luigi had sisters because of this game, and it wasn't
Yeah.
until years later that you like were like, oh, that's bootleg.
Yeah, it's funny how that video even started. I was just sorting out all my stuff, and I found like that, whatever, the 100-something games in one that I talked about with the Mario and
Yeah.
sisters, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's where it came to be. Like, that's how I kind of make my videos, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, some idea will spark out of just looking at something. So I looked at that, I made that video, and it's incredible. Like, I played it again. I went to play it before I even wanted to record it. I was like, let me check this out, see if there's any content here that's worth exploiting. And what do you know? Mario and Luigi's sisters or whatever it is, turns out it's fake. So the bootleg and fake games is just like, it's also like the pinnacle. Well, not exactly the pinnacle, but one of the videos that became my channel today. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do more of these, do more reviews. Like my best consoles video is actually my most viewed video on my channel. It's at like 240K, I think, right now.
Damn, son.
So right now, actually, my Super Mario Party video I actually did was kind of like an analysis,
Yeah.
but not also in the same time. Kind of, I made those titles just because I want people to think of like, will the series be like the rest that we've always liked since the GameCube, stuff like that. And that's already at 16K. So,
Dude, hell yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's awesome. No, but like that is what makes your channel. That's like your. It's personal because yeah, you're just going with these spontaneous thoughts that you have.
right.
Like so do you have something that I've been trying to do a lot more recently is just I'll have these ideas and I write them down immediately, and I've got this notebook.
That's good.
I keep it with me everywhere. Do you do that?
I do the same thing. I have a moleskin like notebook,
Yeah.
and I do the same exact thing. I write it down. Sometimes what I do is like there's an app called Workflowy.
Yeah.
I use that as well. Like then they have bullet points, put like things inside there, layers of ideas. I do the same exact thing. I don't go by like improv at all because if I want to have something specifically said, I
Yeah.
want everything to be organized. So like I would even make outlines of like the same idea. So.
Hell yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
So, what was your question about? You were saying like, you've been having ideas come in, but you've
No,
had trouble
I was
with it,
just
right?
wondering if like you had a similar process where like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, that is key. I find that is key. Like storing like your memories like in notebooks because like some of the videos I've made recently like I like finally got around to. Like the podcast was like is a perfect example. Like when I first started making videos, I made a list of like ideas of what type of video topics that I could cover, and like in the back of my head and on the list I wrote down like podcasts, but I don't know why, I just assumed like I couldn't do it for some reason. I had like this this fake wall in my head where I was like, no, doing podcasts on your YouTube channel is unrealistic. But yeah, I don't know. Like a month ago or so, or 2 months ago, I was going through that list, and there it was, like podcast, and I was here with my friend, and I just said it out loud, and he was like, "Yeah, why aren't you doing that? Like, why aren't you recording podcasts?" And here we are, yo. You're like episode 10 or 11.
Wow, we're that. Oh yeah, you told me 9. You had 9 episodes
yeah.
out that I wasn't able to see from the subscriptions page. So, what I have to say about that, actually, it's like it's kind of funny because I'm also the same way sometimes with ideas. They get like completely scrapped when I like actually take the time to write them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, forget it. I wasted like 2 days doing it. Forget it. But it's cool that your friend was saying like, basically do it.
Yeah.
Usually it's all about the drive. Sometimes you really got to think about the idea itself too, like a little bit more if you really want to do it.
Right.
And clearly you thought about it a little bit more, and here you are, you're doing it.
Yeah, dude, it's coming along. I'm having like mad fun with it. Like this is like this right now is fun as fuck to me. I'm just like, yeah, sick, yo. Me and
I like this too. I like it too a
papaGansley
lot.
JigsawFlex podcast.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but dude, so okay, another thing I wanted to talk to JigsawFlex about and Kirk about, like, you mentioned how like you're still a student, and isn't broadcasting your major?
Broadcast. I study like parts of broadcasting. Yeah. I took a television production class. Yeah. In college right now, because I went from a community college to a university. So right now, my goal is to get a bachelor's in communication and media arts, which is the specific major for it. But also, I'm getting also a business minor, because with YouTube, it's my hobby right now. It's kind of like if my hobby becomes a dream job.
Right.
Clearly, YouTube isn't the best like job. It isn't the most stable right now.
Right.
So with that, I want to study more about communication, more broadcasting, more writing, journalism. Helps a lot, especially if you're going to plan those videos, because most of my stuff I write down, but then afterwards I write the script for it. Right. And I read off the script most of the time.
So I just find it interesting how, like, you are, a lot of things you're doing at school, like, you know, they carry over to content creation.
That's basically the reason why I picked my major in the first place. For no matter what happens, YouTube or what in general, I think those traits and the knowledge I get from college will help me out working in a similar field in like YouTube is entertainment,
right,
or technology. So yeah. I want to do something with it if I don't do YouTube full time when I get out of college. But I'm studying those because it will help me also with content creation and as well as the business world, because when you really think about your YouTube channel, if you get really big, your YouTube channel is your company.
Right.
It's what you manage, and you need to know business. You need to know marketing. You really know how to market and advertise yourself.
Yes.
That's what also I want to study, which I am taking a marketing class, so hopefully I'll learn more about it, which is also another reason why my videos have been better in terms of people looking at it, because I've figured out ways of getting my content out there, like connecting with people that do similar things, finding even Discord chats with people that say promote your stuff here, or like just meeting other people, following each other on Twitter. People see your tweet, and even with the idea of search engine optimization, where like your keywords, what you put like on your tags, what in your titles, description. So like even the words what you put for your videos, like they will make an impact of where they'll end up in the search results.
Right.
Stuff like that. So I also want to study that. So with the content I make, especially when they take forever, sometimes I have to work like my ass off for a whole week. So it's like if I'm working my ass off for a week, I want to make sure people see it. I want to make sure I get like reviews or like a comment about it, so I can take it for like don't take for granted, and like literally what they say to me, it may help me in the future, and maybe I'll become better to what I am now. So
dude, so you have a very smart approach. Like, right. You really
are
like hitting the right angles and like setting yourself up for like
the future.
Yeah. Growth in the future. Yeah. Dude, you are a good example of how to like get yourself started.
Yeah, thank you.
You really are, man.
Thanks,
yeah,
I appreciate it.
Shit's like I notice that shit, especially now that I'm like trying all this stuff. I'm just like, yeah, fuck yeah.
And now you have this podcast to take notes for, so.
Hell yeah. Dude, another thing that you've got in your fucking utility belt is, dude, you do all your own art.
Yeah, that's something I did when I was 13. When I first started, I saw back in the old days, I don't know if you remember, the old YouTube channel layouts were so completely different to what they are now.
I can picture it.
Yeah. So like back then they used to be like, you could create the whole page, something, whatever you're going to make, right?
Right. Yeah.
And there used to be like custom layouts where like there's just like widgets and there's like boxes of colors.
It was like MySpace.
Yeah. And so, like, back then, people could go crazy with what they want in their layout as long as, like, it's lined up and everything. Right. So, literally back in the day, I was like, man, I want to make this. But as a 13-year-old, I didn't know how to speak to people. I didn't know how to approach people on the internet with the content they make, or any graphic designers. And back then, I started with Paint, just, like, basic Paint, because that was the free software until I figured out how to get Photoshop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
or like you just figure out how to get like learn from the trials and everything, or just even that's when it started with YouTube videos. I basically use YouTube for everything. If I get stuck on like my homework, I'm going to use YouTube.
Yeah, dude.
So with Photoshop the same way, when I was 13, I learned through watching tutorials by myself. Literally, I've taken like a multimedia class in college, but it was like all bullshit to me because, you know, I knew how to do it already, and that's what you needed to know back in the day if you wanted to be presentable. So that really started, it all stemmed in the beginning. I was actually better at making art, and it also helped out that I was also creative, and I liked drawing anyway.
Yeah.
So it helped out in the beginning, and then just progressively went on with art, video editing, speaking, video games, gameplay videos, you know, like it just all like stems together. Like you get all the traits. Yeah, your skills go from 0 to like 10 right there after like a year. And that's why I've been doing my art for such a long time. I started in the beginning that now what I'm learning more instead of actually making it is the idea of what people think of it, if it flows right, like branding, like I mentioned before about business, your brand, you advertising. It's like have the same colors, have the same patterns,
right.
Have something that people will remember you, like a symbol or something.
A symbol or like just an overall theme.
Exactly.
So it's like you see that and you're just like, oh, that's JigsawFlex's. Yeah.
So now it's like basically an evolution of what I was before with like the art direction to now is basically what it is. So yeah, been doing it since I was 13. Don't do it as much. I literally don't make stuff for people. I just do it when I can,
right,
and when I have to.
Right, but like you're on top of it, like all your layouts, like you do the thumbnails, like yeah, you are everything that you see on your channel. That's you. Yeah, dude, that is wow. And just when you were 13, you're just like, yeah, YouTube, let's do this.
It's weird because it just started because I will tell you actually how I started was really because you know Chugga Conroy, right? Who? Chugga Conroy. He's a Let's Player.
I do that. I know the name. I can't put the
Yeah. Chugga Conroy was a big Let's Player at the time back in like 2010. Probably still kind of is today, but the Let's Playing community has died down a lot over the years. But back then, he was the pinnacle. He was one of the greatest Let's Players because he was great at it. He also had a really good speaking voice. So it really just started because when I got Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, I was playing and
phenomenal.
It is one of the best games ever. I got stuck in like chapter 4, and if you remember chapter 4, that was the one with like the backtracking and like the Twilight stuff. Yes. So with that, I didn't understand what to do at a certain point. I don't remember what part it was, but back then I wasn't really into like using a computer for anything besides homework, like Study Island we had to do.
Yeah, like when you were 13, you're saying.
Yeah. So when I was younger, I didn't really use the computer much, and the idea of YouTube just sparked because I remember watching a few back in the day. Ryan Higa, you know, is How to Be a Ninja, That's literally the only things I've ever watched because someone would show it to me.
Yeah. And
when I remembered YouTube was a thing, I decided to go on YouTube and type in Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door Chapter 4 or something, and I didn't even know what it was called back in the day. I'm like, what the hell's a walkthrough? I didn't know what that was back in the day. And it says Let's Play. I'm like, what is this? And I played it, and I hear someone's voice, and I'm like, oh, I don't want my mom to hear this. Like she'll be thinking somebody's in the house or something. But it started from that, and that's where it all started because not only did I get what I wanted there, I was very intrigued by what this person was doing, and when I saw the comments, there was people that liked it too. And as someone in 7th grade and coming from a small town, interests here are like they're diverse, right?
Yeah.
But in a small area, it's also kind of hard to see if someone likes the same stuff because there's so many things you can like, but little people. And back in the day, I was like, I don't know anyone that likes really Nintendo except Brett. Yeah. In my grade. Literally, Brett, your brother, is the only other person that knows about Mario. Yeah. Or any Nintendo thing.
Yeah,
so,
where do you think you got it from?
Yeah. That's true. And so, what it was, it's like, cool, everybody likes all this stuff. And I decided to try it out. And that's how I started my channel with a Let's Play. I did that in the beginning. Then that went away for a while through high school because I was going through a phase of a hiatus. I was going through a hiatus because I was doing sports, and also I wasn't sure if I really liked it. Then it came back when I started watching other people, and it opened like this door where like, oh, there's more to just Let's Playing or like just the gameplay videos that you want to do, and that's why I am where I am today with specifically the stuff you see now. Like the different content besides, I don't even think you've even seen a Let's Play recently like just pop up in my channel because I haven't done it in years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the whole story if you want to know.
Dude.
Start off because I was stuck at something and bam.
Dude, JigsawFlex Origins, yo, the papaGansley podcast.
The papaGansley Origins.
Like, where else are you gonna get this content? Fucking epic.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, but yo, like that is, I really like. It's admirable that when you were so young, you said to yourself like, all right, like I'm gonna try this, and boom, you fucking stuck to it, dude. And like here you are, like you got 3,500 YouTube subscribers, like.
Yeah, just hit it.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Congratulations.
But, thank you. One of my goals is to hit 10K by the end. It's all a matter of also being on point with like everything. Like I said with journalism earlier,
right.
The idea of journalism, a lot of journalists are always on point with what they want to like put in the news because it's like once it's not fresh anymore, people are not going to really look at it.
Right.
Like if something happens in a specific game, like a sports game, like the score and like the Yankees beating the Mets or something, I don't know. Yeah. Like they're not going to care really about the score anymore after like a day or two.
Exactly.
So that's like with Nintendo, with the content I do. I try to be like timely, and that's the whole idea too with what I do. Things come out all the time. With Smash Bros. Ultimate that's coming out soon, I have so many plans and like ideas of what I want to do, what I want to talk about. So if that's like the hit idea and you also like it, you're not also doing it because people like it. You gotta also like it as well. So
right.
If that fits in the criterion of you liking it, and as well as it being timely, you're kind of set. And if you like making the stuff for it, like the video for it, like 5 characters you want to play, or what's different about Smash Ultimate, specific like what's different in the meta this time, stuff like that. So you just really think of it as opportunity to make more content, and that's why it keeps flowing, because every day there's something new.
Hell yeah, yeah, dude. Being on top of like the gaming news, like being you are very good at like you will cover topics like the day that shit happens.
Yeah, like live reactions.
Yeah.
When you do a live reaction, don't even care about editing as much. Get it out there because people are gonna want to see your reaction. As someone who likes the Smash Bros. Game in general too, it's like I want people to see this. I want to know the reactions to this too.
Yeah, dude.
So.
No, yeah, dude, you're killing it, Kirk. You really are. Bro.
Thanks.
Dude, another thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been telling myself like I'm gonna do the whole go to a convention with business card type thing. I've been telling myself I'm gonna do that. I haven't done it.
Right.
You did it. How did it work out?
Okay, so this is my first year ever using business cards. I've went to PAX East. This is my 3rd year actually. So my 3rd year I finally decided to make business cards because this is the year where I can actually become more than what I was previously.
Okay.
The first year was like me just doing it, more so to meet my friends online actually. We did that because we liked games in the beginning. That's why we were together in the first place. And it was more of a meetup. Second year it's like I do more YouTube, but I was like kind of still iffy of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I only really got into what I wanted to do like a year ago. So when this all happened, I took this as an opportunity to be like everyone else because there's, like I said, I watch so many of these YouTubers that do similar things. That's why I do what I do, because I get the ideas from them basically.
Right.
And so I see that people like who I watch, they would advertise themselves, have business cards. I was handed some last year at the convention, and that's the whole idea of just, getting out of your comfort zone. You're going to be, if you want to really do stuff like this, you're going to meet people like that. So you can't be scared to meet a stranger because you're also in the convention anyway.
Yeah.
Everyone there is like they like the same crap as you because they're there for a reason. All y'all are there because you like games, for example.
Yeah.
So for business cards, it's like I wasn't really afraid of giving it out to people. That idea was like out of the way. So what I thought about is like, okay, I have 2 weeks to the convention. I'm going to PAX. I'm going to have to make this. So I like, and that's how I made my channel banner.
Right.
Because I had this whole idea of character walls. Just put characters or anime characters I like, and I drew it all out within those 2 weeks. I didn't color it actually. My friend colored it for me. But for the most part, I did everything, got the business cards out in time, and was able to just go to the convention. And since it's my 3rd year in a row, I know like who to go to. I have some friends that I know from like the community already that I will be meeting anyway there. So to start off, it's like I'm not really that into Pokemon. I like the series, but I don't stream Pokemon. I don't do like the sleep locks, nuzlocks, whatever they're called,
You're
right?
not like EV training, looking for shinies and shit.
Yeah, I literally just play the game.
Right.
Earthquake that guy, I'm dead. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm old school with that. So,
yeah.
so even if it's like not my specific realm of people, it's a good start, and that's what I did. I started off with some of my friends that do Pokemon, and then I just branched off and introduced who I was. Said like I do this type of content. You kind of befriend them, and like eventually you follow each other like on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
And it just kind of flows in the conversation and be like, oh, I have business cards if you guys are interested. And usually the other person you're talking to will have the same thing. So it's kind of just like the networking process.
Yeah, dude.
So it went well. Like I had 50 cards that I printed out. I gave out basically like 40 something. I had like only a few left at the time when I came back. And I gave some to other companies because in case you don't know, like there's a show floor in PAX, so there's a lot of like kind of mini booths for everything, Nintendo booth, Xbox. Then there's like, have you ever heard of DX Racer? Stuff like that. Like, so they make those chairs or something. Then there's companies like those. Then there's Corsair, AMD, like all those computer manufactured for technology that you use in your parts. So basically anything gaming related, there's going to be booths and everything, stuff going on. And what do you do is like sometimes I would tag along, and that's what I did. I tag along with some of my friends and their friends. We went together, introduced ourselves to the company, to like the managers of whatever booth you're in, and then you would just introduce what you do, and then usually sometimes they kind of like talk to you as a whole too, and then it's like, oh, do you guys have business cards? That's also what you need at the time too. So in case they want to contact you, unfortunately I didn't really get anything yet, but like that's what's competitive about it.
Right.
It made me even want to work harder because there's people I'm talking to that are literally celebrities. They have 200K subscribers, and you're talking in front of them, and they're just a normal person. Right. And then you'll learn from it. Like the C&D guy, I've met him 4 times already.
Nice.
And it's cool to a point where he actually knows me, where like when he had his signing at PAX, like it felt like brotherly love because I've known him 3 times already, like in person. He knows that I've been watching his videos. I've donated to him on stream before, like a couple of times already, stuff like that. And so, like in general, it's like cool to just have your brand out there. Yeah. If you want to grow, you grow with people. That's what the community is about. That's why I really like the gaming community, because for the most part, a lot of people are going to help you out. You have every access to it now. The social age that we're in right now is so beneficial, because for YouTube and everything, it is literally the pinnacle of our time. We can connect wherever. Not even YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, with all these type of people, these content creators are always going to be with you.
Right, dude.
So,
like, I've noticed there's people that I want to meet that I've met through just streaming on Twitch now. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's actually pretty, that's like one of the newer things for me, where I'm like establishing relationships with people that I don't know, that I've met through content creation, them coming across my Twitch channel, and yeah, like that's how I know, like I've reached like the next chapter. Like, yeah,
that's it. Like what you experience now is what I experienced like when I was 16 or 15, 16.
Right.
When it was kind of scary in the beginning, like back when Skype was a thing, not Discord, and so like meeting all these other people that did Let's Plays before. Most of my friends now that I'm so tight with, that we do like a trip every year, like somewhere. Like this year, we went to Texas, and we took the time to pay our portion for Airbnb, did stuff together, and like you become like close friends. Like I consider like some of them my best friends now, and they live literally across the country right now.
That's
so
beautiful, dude.
and that's the thing. That's what's beautiful about it. Some people say like the internet is scary because you don't know who they are and everything, but that's how you meet people. It's like on the street. When you go on the street, you don't know them. You might see them, but like it's kind of the same thing online, because literally if you see them in a video or something and so happen you become friends, you know what they look like, or so, for example, and you know how they would act, and it's just a matter of talking to them on Discord, and then you take the next level, face cam, and do stupid crap, and then the next level you meet them eventually. So over the years, it's like, it's not the idea also that is just making YouTube videos. It's the idea of having a sense of belonging, and that's kind of what I struggled in, like, throughout high school. Sure, I've had friends in high school, middle school, but I've never been able to express my feelings towards what I like a lot. Like, sure, I like tennis, basketball, sports, but there's also Nintendo, my nerd side of me, and I can't really talk to them about it because they don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And it's like, there's this whole world of people that like the same stuff. So that's why it's like, conventions, I'm going to go. I'm going to meet people. I'm not like what I was 13, scared to message somebody. Now I'm like completely the opposite. Sometimes I'm on Twitter and I'm not scared to like ask a question to somebody randomly, or like make a comment of something, you know? It's like just a matter of like being involved and knowing what they will say next or something. So
Right, dude. Yeah, dude, this is a crazy age that we live in, though. Like,
definitely.
That's something that I'm very excited about. Like, in my own journey of content creation right now, just just reassuring the relationships that I'm starting to like build through Twitch and stuff. Like, I would love to, like, meet these people in real life, like at conventions. Like, that'd be sick. And that's the plan, bro.
Yeah.
PAX East next year. Let's do it.
Yeah. One more thing, actually, when you mentioned wanting to go to a convention, they have panels in conventions, if you're not aware.
Yeah.
So
I've
it's
been
like
to,
you've been to one. Okay, so you know
what Colossal Con?
Yeah.
I went to Colossal Con.
Okay,
twice.
so there's panels actually at PAX, specifically, let's say Twitch. If you want to learn more Twitch, there's panels that even help you. Like, there's people that are Twitch stars, and they talk about the process of Twitch growing bigger. I even have some notes about it, so it's like, it's good. You got to go. Like, what you have to do, really, it's the matter of being on time with like the tickets and everything.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to go with you, but my friends also would like to go with me.
Yeah.
So like the whole group would be too big.
No. Yeah.
But like definitely what you should do if you want to go, have your group of people that like in advance, like right now or something.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be next March or April, whatever it is, and they go on sale October. So usually it's like, get in a call with somebody, or if you know them in real life, like just have them be with you or something. Get it going, get the tickets, how many days you want to go, then sort out the hotel and everything. And really, like, once you're there and you're with them, it's a really cool experience. You get there, you can do whatever the heck you want.
Right.
You don't even have to go to panels. I have friends that don't go to panels at all. They just chill and they talk to people. I've went to Sky Zone with some of the people in the community. Literally, I just went to Sky Zone with people I barely knew, but I had a good time because I played dodgeball and I wrecked somebody. So like stuff like that. It's like, you can do whatever you want. It's just the idea, like I said, of the sense of being part of a community, and that's what's strong about YouTube. It's like whatever you go into, like even if you're a girl, you do makeup, there's gonna be a makeup community. Gaming, there's a sports community, like I said, with just anything recreational. There's gonna be people go to VidCon because people like those type of people. In general, that's how you grow. It's the process of always being connected, doing your stuff, being smart of what you do, your branding, how you deal with it, and in the end, it's like, it's risky business, but if you know how to do it right, I think eventually you'll get there. And usually people say you're going to be working for free in the beginning. And that's how it works. I don't make the biggest bank in YouTube right now. I get like $50 to $100 a month, which is better than what a lot of people used to get. I used to get $2 a month when I was 16, but that's how it works. Don't think the goal that you're gonna meet is gonna be right there in the corner. You're gonna have those obstacles in your way. It's gonna be hard to get up there, and sometimes you will actually feel depressed that you can't do anything. You have no motivation. I've been through that before, and it sometimes happens time to time. But you're gonna be going through those times where it's like you have to work for free to get where you want. So for you, that's pretty small right now. It's don't worry about anything but being consistent. That's what you have to do, and keep meeting these people like through social media, Twitter,
Hell yeah.
even Discord. Get involved into some Discord chats.
Yeah, I got the Discord, my own server right now, but I'm definitely in other servers. Like one Discord that I'm in is the Hit Plus 64 community, which is like a small community of people who go for the high score on Star Fox 64. And they found me because I was just streaming Star Fox 64. And these people were like, "Yo, you play this game?" And I was like, "You play this game?" And they were like, "Yo, join our community." I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That works as well. So definitely do that. Like, what are you passionate about? That's me with Smash Bros too. Sometimes I'm in the Smash Bros like Discord as well as like other communities that other creators have. So if definitely also find other people like on YouTube and Twitch that you like admire a lot. And you know, it's always good to be friendly. Sometimes, like, if you really want to, you can even donate to them because of how much you love them. And then you'll find people like that like the same, like him as well, or her, whatever, whoever you're watching. And then in general, it's like it's gonna be from one person to another person to another person to another person, and that's what helps out the what you like and who you watch. Like, if you start watching a lot of people, like subscribe to so many people that you just like watching, because I watch a lot of Game Explain. I watch a lot of people like Game Explain. So then it just becomes, oh, I have like a whole like set of people like in my subscriptions that like this, and I have another set that do this, and in general it's like you'll find smaller people that do the same thing like that too. So in general it's just the, like, I keep reiterating it, but you're gonna just have to be involved to get there, and you're gonna take the time to do it if you really like it. So that's how you're gonna grow, honestly. Like, more people you know, even if it's just a little bit, like, hey man, you should totally follow me. And even though people really joke around with that, and like the follow for follow or whatever, like even when you become friends with them or they really like you, they're just gonna follow you anyway, or like subscribe to you anyway. And even if it's just one person, one subscriber, one follower, if it accumulates, it'll become higher and higher.
That one person, if they know what you do, and they're talking to somebody has similar interests, they just be like, hey, like, look at this channel. And that's how it goes.
And what matters the most is really the consistency of people that come to your channel, YouTube or Twitch. What I've learned from people, from influencers, it's better to have a consistent 1,000 people that watch you than having 1,000,000 people watch you, but like it's very low in the view count. If you have the consistency, let's say 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 viewers every time, you have a better like follower count. Like people follow you more, in that small scope.
Right. Like for me personally, like I see on a smaller scale, like from like January to about April, I was very consistent. I was streaming like very regularly, and I saw that I would have like the same 5 to 10 viewers like every time, and that was like the first time that was happening. And then in April I got a new job, and like I really have to still readjust to that on my streaming schedule, because I was streaming from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. and every single night, and now I'm waking up at 7 a.m. so I can't be doing that. shit. But yeah, I see how like I took like a little break. I stopped being as consistent, and yeah, the viewer count, it like those people are there, but it's not like what as good as I had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. Like, if you take the drawback of like not doing it as much, because I haven't been streaming a lot too. So when I know when I stream again, maybe more consistently, I'm not gonna have the same numbers of what I had before. And that's what happens because it's always gonna be like people who even go to your channel, the first 5 seconds matters. Like if you're not talking, and that's what sucks. Like on Twitch, if you got to be talking usually all the time because that's what you want. You want people to stay attentive to what you're saying. So that's like saying if you haven't done it in a while, so they're gonna forget about you.
Right, bro.
And that's also with the brand thing. Remember your symbol and everything. So people will remember you no matter what the cause.
Dude, just some of my most loyal viewers on Twitch are people who have discovered my stream when there was no viewers and I was just trying to like talk and make noise, you know, so I wasn't just standing there.
Yeah.
And I was literally just like, yo. I'm just like doing like nothing and like fucking singing Drake lyrics and like making noise.
Yeah.
And
you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Dude. Yo, but this has been really fucking good, dude. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. Exactly what I knew it would be.
It's good.
Dude,
I wanted to make it good anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, yo, dude, if you are out there and you are one of these people who think you're gonna get involved with the content creation game, this is a good podcast to listen to, this episode in particular, because we covered everything that you need to know, basically. Like, Kirk right here is proof that, like, consistency and dedication and like setting goals, realistic goals with yourself pays off.
Yeah, like even just writing it down. Down. Because like if you one day forget of what you said, like right now, if I forget, usually I have to remind myself of what I say, that I keep my word in it. So even if you write it down, you'll go back to the note and be like, I said this. Why am I not doing this?
Hell yeah.
So really, yeah, the podcast was great, man. Honestly, like. This was cool. I'm glad I went here and walked 2 houses.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm
for the
so
podcast,
glad we did this.
And I'm pretty excited for the final outcome. Definitely let me know when it's up.
Hell yeah, dude. This will be up later tonight, if not tomorrow, 100%.
Awesome.
Because these are real easy to edit.
That's good.
Hell yeah. But yeah, yo, follow Kirk on Twitch and YouTube. He's JigsawFlex. Follow the boy on Twitch. You know what it is. Yeah. Until then, please be safe, everyone. Have a good life.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
I had to level up. Yeah. I had to level up. They talking down on me. And they is under me. I had an epiphany. It turned me into a G. I remember back when it was 09. Obama, everything was fine.